Question 3. How did your production skills develop throughout this product? Throughout this project, my production skills developed tremendously. In the pre-production, something that developed that turned out very beneficial in the later parts of the project is my script writing and storyboarding abilities. I struggled to come up with a script at first, but to get over this writer's block, I decided to take a step back from it. I wrote up some background on how the characters got to the situation where the film opening would pick up. This document had the background of how Scout got possessed and how the butchery location got shut down, resulting in the relocation to the shed that the opening takes place in. After completing this, I began to write the script, which resembled a Quentin Tarantino script. This is due to the very detailed description of the action and the attempt to have very natural dialogue. By having a very descriptive script, this allowed for the creation of a very straightforward shot list and storyboard. These two aspects were created alongside. The storyboard is where I followed the script closely to frame out the film the way I had it envisioned. Each shot on the storyboard was numbered, so I can create a shot list that more resembled a checklist. It was color-coded, prioritizing the shots that needed to be accomplished first. The shots were shot out of order, and this was an attempt to keep continuity. Right after this, I scheduled a time the film with my actor. Due to our busy schedules, the only time we had available only gave me a week to prep. I knew I had to act fast and accordingly to have film still be at a professional level of quality. I started by collecting the costumes for the actors. It was quite easy as I used old clothes and Halloween costumes. Scout's mask was $10 ordered off Amazon that I painted. I researched how to make simple special effects that I can make the chunk of flesh and the gunshot wound. This was a mixture of unflavored gelatin, glycerin, and water. Then I painted it to make it look more realistic. The set was created with miscellaneous objects and modified FDA food safety sheets. The day of the shooting went very smoothly and quicker than expected. It was expected to take 4 hours, but ended up taking 2. I credit this to the very developed shot list. However, on the day of shooting, I had to learn to adapt to situations. Limitations to space made it hard to get certain angles, so they had to be changed or scrapped entirely on the spot. Also, a whole sequence was removed due to it not working out. This was a shot of Scout in the medical scrubs getting squirted with blood. I didn't have to learn how to use the camera as I made short films before. Setting up the camera for the specific shot was not hard. This required changing the iOS settings, mostly due to only there being one light source available. Also, one light was used instead of the better 3-point lighting conditions due to the limitations in space, and also it illuminated the set, which resembled a more horror film opening as I researched, in that very dark light that worked in my favor. After this, editing was very simple as I used the program Premiere in prior projects, and because I also followed out the storyboard very closely, and the editing of the footage was very simple. However, one thing I learned was how to set in and out marks in the program when adding transition effects. This is because I've always used the new version of Premiere of 2018 and not the 2015, which is slightly different. But after this, the rest is very simple. Audio was all cut out due to it being poor in quality. I rendered out the final visuals and did Foley work and voiceovers to restore the audio of the work. I learned that performing all the effects on towel made it easier to isolate the sound. Once this was added to the film and finalized, I rendered it out, completing the production.